Hi, good day. Chris here from Serene Education. Just a quick update. Nikki's just informed me that there's been a number of queries relating to a trade that a number of you have been stopped out this morning on the pound Swiss franc, and there are certain reasons why. I seem to think that most of you have been stopped out. I'm just going to go over a couple of rules and just show you where these particular things can be avoided in the future. You'll notice that I have the strategy that you taught by Serene Education up. It's the RMO on the Metastock software, and I've just pulled it back one day, so we aren't seeing today's activity. The reason being is I actually wanted to show you what you guys should have seen, done your analysis yesterday or the close of Friday. So this bar you're seeing here at the end of the chart is Friday's trading day, and you can see we saw a significant drop to almost a good 100 pips or so. Yeah, just a quick overview of when doing your analysis, how important it is to actually see. What I do is look at the larger time frame in particular to give me a heads up exactly what is happening on the larger time frame, because as traders we want to be buying or selling in very bullish or bearish markets. We don't want to be buying or selling when we have a slight pause or a chance of hitting support resistance in the near future. So let me just crack on. First things first, what I normally tend to do is I'll put in my trend lines and support lines. So just a quick glance at the chart, I tend to pan out. Certain traders will look at certain time frames. I tend to look at the bigger picture, and I'll look for very strong support and resistance lines. And in this case over here, we've in the past, just recently, we have broken through a very unique resistance level, support level, and we've seen the price pull back and retest it just recently and retest it again. But we're looking for possible areas of resistance support now, and you'll notice that the close of Friday we saw a lot of selling off right to a possible support level at 159.32 and a bit, and you can see how it bounced off in the past, early part of March of last year, and even the end of, the early part of 2009. If this pair was to continue this bearish trend, we would like it to obviously break below this area over here, and our next target will probably be the all-time low around that area. So important to have these lines drawn in. What I'll do now is I'll put in a quick trend line, because we're on a downtrend, so it's noticeable to put in a trend line. So we have a higher, we have a highest high, then we have a swing, a further swing, and a decent move to the downside. There are other ways in putting the low trend line. You could either draw one along the bottoms like that, because you have an up move followed by another one, then followed by an up move, or for even longer time frame, you could have taken this low over here to that low. Would have been another one of doing. It's entirely your choice, but you have a low, and obviously this low here is lower than that one over there. So we're going to break out another low. If we see a bounce to the upside, then there won't be no longer a low, so you'll have a high. But as it stands at the moment now, we have a little low and a consolidation pattern happening in the corner. So straight away, this one over here would be on my list of no trades. Now you're probably thinking, well, the whole setup long term, I mean, look at here, we've got a beautiful setup, everything was in our favor. and as we teach you on the courses, this is exactly what you want. This is a beautiful setup to the downside, and we are very much still in a negative trend. Everything's still pointing to a negative trend, but you're going to find that in these moves, you're going to get your pullbacks. And this is why we don't want to be stuck. We don't want to be selling in a position where there's a likely of a pullback to occur. And I think in this case over here, I would have looked to seen probably another pullback off here. I would have, for me to actually be looking at still going short in this, I would have liked this candle here to actually close below this particular line, the support line over here. If that occurred, then I would have definitely looked at going to our next level support down here. Okay, so straight away you get a glimpse of how important it is to actually see what it's actually doing on a daily time frame. If you're doing intraday trading, it's always good to give a look at what's actually happening on a daily time frame, because if for example, if I pull it back even more, if we'd seen this pattern, for example, and you've seen support and resistance here, and that was the close of Thursday, that candle over there would have told me indecision. So you've had a bullish up move, a gap to the upside, which is very unlikely in this, but we've had a very bullish move. But with anything that pulls back, you expect it to either break through, or we want to see a continuation. In this case, we're on a bear move, so there's more likely for it to be more of a selling to the downside. And this setup over here confirms that, because we've had a pullback. It hasn't closed above this level again of previous support, and it's an indecision candlestick. And then you've got this downtrend. So you have a low and then another one. So you've got to draw your line across there, extend it into the right, and then you can see straight away that it's got this resistance or previous support line to break, as well as this downtrend line to break. So this over here, going long, would have never been in my mind. I would have either taken a short below the low of that candle, and my next target would have been down here. And sure enough, we saw the selling. Okay, so important. Have an understanding of support and resistance, because they're always, I mean, whether you're using pivot points, they're all factor in. It's the same thing. Previous support resistance is how you work out your pivot points and your Fibonacci ratios and stuff. Okay, so straight away, that would have been a no-go for me today. I would have looked for a possible move to the upside. So I'd have waited for the close of today's market, Monday, to see if we were going to get more a bounce, and then possibly on Tuesday it would be if there'd been a candlestick like a hammer to the upside, then there might have been a couple pips to take up to this trend line over here, and I'll just move forward, and you've all seen what today's market's done, and that's a daily candle for today. Straight away you can see we've had a pierce back down to this trend line now, which I drew in previously, which was in there. So straight away you can see how it's tested that, and now, so important, you're seeing how the actual price is trading above the support line. This is the support line that goes back to the early part of 2009. Look at that, all the way right back there. If that candlestick closes like it is there, that's going to be a definite bullish, what we call it a bullish orami, where you have a significant drop followed by a close to the upside. But this hasn't closed it. No, you must remember we're on a daily chart. So as of close of play this evening, come 12 o'clock, we'll give you, if it's still sitting above here, this is going to be your bullish hammer, and we could likely see it a potential setup for a long to your first target of 161 if needed. That's 100 pips there already if you guys are interested in doing that. But straight away, this is how it's so important just to take the simple terms of trading. What we teach you on these strategy boot camps is so unique, but you wouldn't be getting these sell signals or these definite bars if you didn't know where your support and resistance lines are. And this is so important, putting these support and resistance lines in and working out exactly what it is that you want to be getting from the market. Because today, guaranteed, if I had seen that setup, I would have said no. I would rather sit back, wait for confirmation, and that's the confirmation for today. So until further ado, if you've got any questions, you know where to get hold of us, and enjoy the rest of your day.